Hello and welcome back, peeps. This is House of Fun, where we try and have fun every day. Well, been trying to, that's a definite. So, got this little project. It's a mini motor off-roader. It's a neighbour of mine. He bought it for his boy. He's taken it apart. He's painted her up. Got a box of parts. He has unfortunately forgotten how it all goes back together. So I'm left with the task of piecing it back together. It's been in the shed for a couple of days, so it's a bit dusty. So we'll give it a good clean up, nice little wipe down, get rid of all this crap, and we'll start piecing it together. I was cleaning stuff up. I got the wheels out and I was just looking them over, and these edges, look at these. I don't like that, so I'm going to take a file and clean them up so that they are more like this, without the edge, because it was sharp a minute ago. There was a big edge on around here, and I got a feeling that if I'd put the tyres on it right down the road, you're going to rub through and you're going to pop shit, you're going to tear a tyre. It's just not going to be a fun day. So I'm going to clean these wheels up and just try and get rid of all them bits. Unfortunately for me, my phone wanted to overheat as always and cut off me recording the shaving these edges off of the rims. But I've done both of them. I have put them both together. Tubes are in, tyres are on, they're all pumped up. I've put the disc brake on one side, the drive disc on the other, camera angles, and the brake is on the front. This is all ready. Wheels are all done. I gonna have to clean up some of these bearings because this one's alright. I think it's the reverse on the brake side of this, it's a bit, yeah, and still a bit notchy, but it was painted over, and I picked it out a bit, sprayed it up with a bit of WD. But we got the front forks and everything all put back on now. Trying to just piece it together out of the bits I got. Back end, pardon me. Back end is on there, the swing arm. Pardon me. Oh, that is monster, guys. That's monster. I can't help that. I've literally just downloaded that. I did choke on it. Look, this is what this is. I choked and had to spit it back up. It was frothing out of my mouth like a weird. It was great. Not, but don't know if you can see that. Let's try and get my torch on this. There we go. Look, we got gap. These bars don't fit properly, so I might see if I can. I don't really want to do it, but if I take out the original fittings, like the nut on the bottoms of both sides, and I drill out 2 new holes closer in, I should be able to bolt them up. And the only downside to that is my steering. The steering on this is going to get reduced. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to the guy and see if he's got another set of bars for this thing. But at the minute, that is a problem. But we scratched up a bit of the paintwork doing this, but I'll probably just tape off the framework and just spray these back up. So, because he's given me paint in the bucket down there, so I can do a couple of little touch-ups and stuff. But I mean, it's not too bad of a spray job, to be fair. There's a couple of little marks in it, or possibly little air bubbles in the paint, I don't know. But yeah, it's not bad. I love the improvisation on the old foot pegs. That is a fat piece of frickin' all thread. That's just, the other side's the same. That's just brilliant. I do love that. But, you know, you do what you gotta do, don't you, really? They ain't gonna fold up anymore, but you ain't gonna lose them, that's a definite. But I'm gonna keep rummaging through this stuff, find out what we got here and try and piece it together. I like the shock at the back here. Yeah, I'm a bit stuck. It looks like it should have an extra piece of metal for it, for this. Like the shape of that, it looks like it needs that size, that shape of metal to sit in there and butt up against it, but I can't find it. So yeah, like I say, I'll piece together what I can, and then I'll give the dude a shout and get him to come round, get him to check it out, and we'll have a little chat about it. He said to me if any parts need buying, let him know and he'll grab them. But yeah, this might end up with a really nice mini motor racing engine in it, but I have tried to persuade him into it. He cannot find the original at the moment, so that might be a massive possibility. But yeah, I was going to get all the bars put together, all the brakes and the throttle cable, but there's not much point if he's not keeping these bars. So I will try and get the rest of it done. I don't know, I'm at a bit of an ender point at the minute until I talk to him. So we will see what we can do, and I will keep you guys informed. Guys, it's gone from pieces in a box to looking like this. Looks pretty good actually. I do like these little mini motor off-roaders, they're good fun. They're great for the little ones to start learning on and stuff, but like I said before, these bars, I've put a brake on there just to stop it from dangling, but they don't line up in there. Now I've got it outside, you can see it better. I don't want to keep cranking down on these, they're just tight, nipped up for the minute, but you can see they're going to bend sideways. So I don't know, if I take a Dremel to these pieces and the insides of these and add some space into it so it actually sits down more this side and cushions onto this side here, like take this out so it sits there, and do the same, take this out so it sits there more and flattens everything off, it might work. But like, that's a lot of excess pissing around, so I'm going to talk to the fella and find out what he wants me to do. But I put the shock back together. That piece I had went up the other way. I was being a fool. But yeah, that's just normal me, being a fool. But that's all back. So we are going to go talk to the dude, find out what's going on with the engine and the plastics and the seat and the rest of it. So yeah, it's coming along nice. It is actually a couple of months later on this one, and we have a new donor bike in for the little mini motor off-roader. Yes, this thing is blue and grey, and the other one is black, and it will be going black and red. So, but we have the main part, guys. We have the new engine, and this one has quite a nice little expansion chamber on it. These seem to run quite nice most of the time, so I am hoping once this is all stripped down and I pick out the best parts from both of the stuff that I have and we stick it all on that black frame, it should be a nice little runner for him. So I'm going to get all stripped down with this thing, get it in the shed, get the shed warmed up, because yeah, it's you probably didn't see that. It's trying to make you see my breath. It's cold out now, it's December, time has passed and it is bloody cold. So time to warm the shed up, we'll crack on and we'll see what we can do with this little thing. I have pulled the other one out of storage. I say storage. Oh, got stuck on stuff. I say storage, it was literally tucked down here on the floor, like up at that angle. So I pulled it out, I've put it up on a chair. There's a couple of spots where I've caught it and stuff and shit, and yeah. There's obviously this little bit of foo-fire up the front end here. For some reason that front end seems to have gone really tight on me, so I'm going to have to loosen that off at some point and have a little explore into that. But like I said earlier, guys, yes, we have a new donor bike. It is here at last. So we have all good parts on this. I said earlier about the expansion chamber on the exhaust. The other bike actually came with one the same. It's been sprayed up. I don't know if it's heat temp, like heat proof paint or not, so we will find out. But I have already taken out the two screws from this side, one here and one here. There was one here and one here also, and they are for the seat. Sorry, you probably didn't see that. Yeah, we took one out from here and one out from here, and we will just remove the cap. And hopefully, this is why I wanted you on the pod. There we go. I have no idea what's done. Yes, I do. Here we sit here, please? Yeah. There you go. Look at that. So, the plastics are off. They're not in too bad a shape, in all honesty, guys. They're really quite healthy. There's a little cracking at the back, but when don't you? When don't you? These are still solid. The only proper cracking in it is up the front here by these. Got one on both sides. But hopefully, I might be able to fix them for him. And I believe we are spraying this up in red. So I may try and mask these off. The lines, the whites and the stripes, I might try and mask them off. And there are stickers anyway. They're stickers anyway. That might have just changed. Yeah, guys, look, they're stickers. That might have just changed how I do stuff. I might spray this up in that colour. Yeah, might spray it up in red and see if we can have some blue flames. I might end up having to put a bit of hand colour into them. I say hand colour, I don't mean I'm going to stand there jerking off and hand colour. No, not hand shandies. I mean like hand paint, some little orange bits and stuff in there and little red tips. But you know, a different red. Have this like a candy, or like a dark red with a candy red in there, and I don't know. It might look really nice. But we shall find out. We'll put that to the side for now. We are going to keep stripping this thing down. We need to get all the bits and pieces off of it. Let's see if we can get this fuel line off without breaking anything. There we go. A little diddy tank, guys. They are tiny. These don't run for much. They're 10 minutes, 15, and then you top them up maybe. But two-stroke, they gobble fuel like there is no tomorrow. But like, if you guys remember earlier, I had problems with the rear shock on black bike. It was a bit foldy uppy and collapsy, wasn't it? So, good news is, guys, this has actually come with quite a nice, decent shock on the back end. So we're sealing that. I cannot talk, guys. I've had a real bad vertigo. I've been out of the shed for quite a while, and now I'm getting headaches, and they hurt. So my speech is a bit screwed up from all of that. It's not great, but you know, we live with it. So next thing, I am actually praying that we have the same fittings on black bike over here for this, because it's for his young one, so it should be good with a nice guard. But I'm just trying to think of the next route to do. I believe it is pull out the engine, which I am going to have to undo the exhaust bracket down the back here, pull that off, and then undo a couple of other bits and pieces. So I will get some tools and I will be back with you in a second. Grab some tools. I only need a 10, I think, and my Allen keys, so I've just gone and grabbed the multis. It's just easier. I probably actually need a flathead as well. I had that out, it's on the bench over here. Right. Let's get this off. Just trying to get some of these little bits and pieces taken off first, just to open it all up a bit more, and we'll have a look at the quality. I don't know what's going on with this hole in the frame. I'm guessing there was another bracket or something attached there, maybe a kickstand or something. Let me just... Well, we'll probably be able to make it work on the other bike, but I'm going to have to drill more holes or something. I don't know, it might work. There's one piece down for now, guys. It may work, it may not, we will find out. But
pull this forward. Massage. We've got a nice little exhaust bracket. We like that. It's a bit ming on the inside, but I'll give that a good old clean up. What's that end off? Let's clean it back up. They weren't even particularly tight because I was doing them up. Where is that? Come on, in you go. In you go. Let's flip her over, shall we? Aha. We have got a bit of stuff in the way. Oh, come on. There we go. There is always a way. That would have been a pig without that tool. Without that thing, would have been a pig. Right. Where is the other one? Right there on the bench. Right. Are we now free? No, there is still a hanger. Are we up to the next size? No, it is that one. Where have I'm trod on it. Probably not the best angle for you guys, but I'm doing my best. There we go. So it's slipping. There we go. Come on, out you come. Yep, out of my ears. Right, that's not loose. But are we going to come out past the suspension? No, we are not. Okay. Lovely jubbly. So we got to take the rear shock out before we can even get that out. But that's fine. Not too much of an issue. Let's see if this gasket's going to come off nicely. Good. Right. So, next step. Next step is to crack some of these off, I reckon. There's a lot of oil in that head. There's a lot of oil. Where's my other Allen keys? Here they are. Let's crack down this. Just so that they are loose, guys. Just so that they're loose for now. That's going to be a nightmare in a minute when I turn this engine back over. Oh, I've leaked water all over the floor as well. I don't know if you can see it. down by the handlebars there, all of this. But yeah, there's a nice little pool of oil. Oh god, that smells yummy. Yeah, I'm weird, I love that smell. There's probably a lot of us guys out there that actually do, but you know. Right, so they're out, guys. Now, we're probably better off detaching throttle and some other bits. Fuel line's already off. Kill switch is still connected, but I will wait for that for the moment, or take off the pull start casing. Because most of the time the earthing cable is up underneath that. So we'll take that off. Nope. Ow! That noise is pain. There's one out. There's two out. Well, coming out. There's two out. And then number 3 is usually the suspect with the kill switch line to it. Oh. Okay guys. Hopefully we haven't got a problem. That's in there a bit tight. Is there a nut on the back of that or something? No. What's going on there then? Okay. Right, I was going to just flick you off, guys. Turn this thing over because I need to move the camera and all sorts. And then I'm going to hit this thing with some looby doobies and we'll see if we can get it off. So I have flicked it over and hopefully you guys can see just in here. Yep, that is the back of a nut. So there was a nut on the back. That's why it would not come off. So I will just get in there quick and remove it. It's not a then, it's a me. 8mm. Alright, that's that undone. And now off. And there's also the earthing line all taken off all in one go. I doubt that you guys see that one, sorry, but I can't get everything. If my shed was bigger, I keep saying it, I'm going to have to rebuild anyway guys, my shed's leaking badly. Badly. But we'll get there. Come on. Start to spin. You spin me right round, baby. Fucking shut up, Rich. You're a dick now, yeah, baby. Alright. 1, 2, and we'll try that one again. 3. And there is plastic pull start. We have a metal one on the side, which is definitely going on. So, kill switch line. There's 2. Okay, it's jerried into that. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. Right, so we got all that lot, we got that lot. Right, so throttle cable is all on this line. Obviously, throttle's there. We've got kill switch line goes to the green button. I like how close it is to your thumb. It's kind of nice being up there. Sorry, you can't even see dick, can you? So you have your green button. Bam, there you go. You got your fuel line, throttle line, and then there's the kill switch line, all coming off. And that was plumbed into the side of the starter, not the throttle obviously, but the starter kill switch was plumbed into the top bolt on the pull start as an earth. Like I said, it's the normal spot that they do it. So that's all off. What is coming next? Let's see if I can pop the chain off. Camera angles, shed's tiny. Just pop the chain off and getting it all into place. There we go, guys. Yeah, shed's tiny, I ain't got much space. But that's all there. Let's see what we got. Let's just remove that one. No. Yeah, it's easier to close up. And then, if I put it underneath my feet again. No, it's the other side of the bike. Whee! Runaway bike. Whee! Right. Another nut and bolt. Put them back together and stick them up there to add to the collection. And then, guys, we're coming, and that exhaust is still dripping. So I don't know how full of shit this engine is, but you know, we'll find out. That should be the final engine bolt, and it should be free. Let's have a little look. Yep, there we go. It's a bit gooey. Let's have a little look. She looks alright in there. Doesn't look too bad. I've just wiped oil all over my face. What an idiot. Right. The engine is up on the side. I'm degreasing my face. Right, like I said before as well, guys, the other bike, the black one up there, has problems with the handlebar mountings. I'm probably just going to use these bars. These also are a bit shit, they're a bit rusted up, so they're probably just going to get a good hard scrub with a sandpaper or wire brush or some shit, and then we'll spray them black like the other ones, because they're only sprayed black anyway. So we'll spray them up nice and black and fit them to the other bike instead of having to Dremel any of that stuff out of the head unit, because it's just going to weaken it, and I'm not having someone else's kid on there and it going wrong. So yeah, we'll use these bars instead of pissing around. They are a little smaller, like they're a lot higher, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you want higher bars, get some risers. I can probably even make him some risers for him, but we'll figure it out. There is a lot of oil coming out of that exhaust. I dread to think what mix they were running this on before. But that's going to be it for a minute, guys. I've got to get myself sorted out and go see a friend of mine. So that's that for the minute, and I'll be back with it later on. It is a different day, well, the next day, and I've already been out here partially and undone the bolts for the shock on the back here, so we're going to take this off and yes, everything's all going to collapse in the back end, and I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I might hurt myself, but that's the whole point of recording it, right? Right, top bolt, bottom bolt, don't really matter. There's one out. And that is two out. Come on, Chucky. Come on, out you come. Thank you. Well, that come out okay, and the back end of this is actually quite stiff and strong, so it stayed where it was. Oh, I think that worked out for my benefit more than anything. Right, we have one exhaust out. I will leave it a second. See if we have. Oh, okay. I was actually expecting it to pour out with oil, but it seems okay. I'm going to hold it up that way, so it's like this, and I'm going to put it in the corner, and we'll see if any oil drains into the expansion chamber. Right, that's all in the corner. I think the next step should be, let's get them handlebars off, I think. Let's have a look. Okay, that's the back end of the bike going down, not the handlebars. But we'll give it a little love tap, just to try and sink the iron and keep it into its place without rounding it off. The other side's already loose, so it should have come off easy enough. I just don't want to go rounding nothing. There's that one, and that one come like a breeze. I've just realised doing this I've got nothing to stand this up on anymore, but I will figure that out in a second. I'm slightly amazed these bars, there we go. I was going to say they haven't moved yet, but they were stuck in the bottom of the fittings. Put two back for that. And up there. And put two back in with that one, and put that up on the side. And now we have one loose pair of bars, which we can go down and undo all the other cables in a moment. I'm just going to leave them resting there and get a chair. Little fold out stool. Just going to lift the bike up. Put it on top of that so it doesn't keep falling all over the place. A lot safer. I'm gonna get less hurt. Not saying not hurt at all, just less hurt. Right, so what is this? We have a 10 and we have a 10. Let's undo that. One off. The other one should be throttle. No, that one is back brake, which I need also. There we go. Handlebars and all cables are off. We have two brake cables and a throttle, which is dangling there. I'll put that up on the bench because that lot is basically going to get stripped down get sanded the bars, paint them black, and then put it all back together and put them on the new bike. Right. What do I need off of this now? I want the front plastics and possibly that mud guard, just because with all that sprayed up it's going to look freaking awesome. Right, let's get a flathead. There is little rubber washer bits on the back of this to stop the plastic vibrating, and also the heads of the screws cracking the plastic. So you don't ever want to do them up too tight, just tight enough. Otherwise you end up snapping stuff. Alright, how do you want to come off? Your cable tied to the arms, and then you literally just cable tied on. Or you want that bracket? Nope, I think it's just cable tied on, which is a bit bodgy, but I'll see if I can do any better when I go to put it back on later. I mean, they use some big beefy ass cable ties, so I can't ever say that was ever going to break from them. Is it connected anywhere? No, it's just going to come off, I think. Okay, there is a nut and bolt in the way, and I'm just being a sod and not trying to undo it. But we will. 10, and a flathead. There we go, there's that. And then there is that. There we go, mud guard off. We'll get all them plastic bits all sanded down and resprayed and everything. And we might end up removing this bracket off of here, just so I have a bracket that I can attach to the other bike, bend in shape and reattach into the mudguard in a different way, just so that it's actually bolted to it and not just cable tied. There we go. Donor bikes are brilliant, they come with everything. Oh, well, they're meant to. That is the entire idea of them. Right. Just put in the bolts over here. Right, so we are basically now, guys, left with an empty bike. All this thing has on it that is any use, actually, it's got quite a lot of use. The front fork's very useful. The whole front wheel, all the brakes, set up, everything. This bike already has brakes on it, front and back. It just needs the cable in, which I've just taken off of this one. It's also got, this one also has any parts I need on it for the fittings and fixings for the brake lines. So yeah, it is now all going to get put onto this one. I'm going to do a final check over this thing and make sure there isn't any pieces of paint that need touching up. If there is, I'm going to touch them up, but I'll do that off camera, just because I'm going to be in and out. My shed's tiny and it gasses out very fast, so I'll do that one off camera. I'll also get most of this plaster work sanded and resprayed. Like you say, gassy work, I'll probably do a bit of that, try and get some of that on camera, but my spray work's not the greatest, so I don't really want to go showing that. But until I've got something a bit more to show you guys, like some better looking plastics and maybe a bit of the blue taken off that engine, we'll find out. We'll have a little pop of stuff, and I will bring you guys back in a little bit.
This is the black frame. The other one is now outside. I have, obviously this was taken from the donor bike. It was blue. Sanded that down, spread that black. I have taken the original bars off the donor bike, sanded them down, sprayed them black, and I have literally just rebuilt them, and they are obviously on the new bike, but it is looking a damn sight better. There was a couple of points on the forks around here, in here, and you can see it here, but I'm not touching that up. There was other pieces that was a lot easier to get to, like up here. It doesn't look the greatest, but it's not scuffed paint. I managed to get a cotton bud and spray some paint in the pots and touch up certain pieces just to make it look a little bit better. But it's getting there now. Jesus, I just had the crap scared out of me. I've got my metallic gas heater going and it's literally dying. All I can hear. Yep, I thought I was getting attacked by pigeons or some shit for a minute. So I'll turn that off because it's running out of gas. But we have had stuff up here drying, the bars and all sorts of stuff. I have taken a wire wheel attachment to the engine. I've got some of the blue off of it in places. I am going to still keep going at that. I'll probably get a wire brush on it or something. I've cleaned this entire gearbox casing off. I need to take it off from the engine and clean the back. And I'll probably give that a spray up. I don't know. I know they get hot, so I don't really want the paint all peeling off of that. But it's all getting there, guys. I've got the rear chain guard. That's had the first coat done on it. It's just held up in the vise at the minute. And yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's just all quite noisy stuff so far. So it doesn't do well for headphone users, and my phone doesn't like the audio. But it is coming along, guys. I'm going to get that engine looked at very soon and find out what to do with that. See if it's actually a runner or not. But until then, I will catch you guys in a minute.